Chapter 48. Treasure Body, Dharma Body, and Spirit Body. Liu Ruxu looked at the spot beside her, where Songshi had disappeared from in a daze and frowned. "You're too much." Shek knew that Songshi had neither a powerful background nor enough strength. Even if Tong, who did not use much spiritual energy, he would still not be able to withstand a punch from Tonghu, who was at the 9th level of Qi refinement and specialized in the skill of body tempering. Her furnace was destroyed just like that. Not to mention that she had already developed some feelings for Songshi, who was her first man, over time. For the first time, Liu Ruxu was so angry that her body trembled involuntarily in front of outsiders. It was as if someone had destroyed her beloved pet. Tonghu smiled awkwardly. I didn't expect this kid to have no reaction at all, nor have any protective Dharma artifacts. He was really surprised. He had just wanted to teach him a lesson casually. Who would have thought that it was so effective? In fact, it had gone too smoothly. He felt that he had actually destroyed the other party with only one punch. This was a little awkward. Mei Niang's expression turned slightly cold as she walked over, swaying her bottom. She said meaningfully, "Lord Tonghu, although this is only an outlet of the new moon brothel in the outside world, and there are no experts guarding it, isn't it a little too much for you to publicly kill the Tao companion of a disciple of the Yo Moon Palace?" Tonghu frowned. "He's not a disciple of the Yo Moon Palace, right? Is there a need to be so serious? The Tao companions of the Yo Moon Palace's disciples are also protected by the palace. Lord, don't you know?" Mingyong was also angry. Just as Liu Ruxu was about to rely on this Tao companion to succeed in her cultivation, he was beaten up and even killed. Even if Songshi did not die, he would definitely be crippled. Liu Ruxu's improvement would undoubtedly slow down. She did not know how long it would take for her to make a comeback. What an accident. Why don't I become Zua's Tao companion and sacrifice some EXP to compensate you? As Tonghu spoke, he sized up Liu Ruxu greedily. For someone like him, who had a higher cultivation level than Liu Ruxu, the other party would not be able to absorb his power. It was very rare for Liu Ruxu that someone like Tong, who is willing to give her a portion of his cultivation. If she absorbed it, she could quickly advance to the late-stage Qi refinement realm. However, he realized that Liu Ruxu had ignored his comments and was looking at the door in surprise. Liu Ruxu wasn't the only one. The others were also shocked and were looking in the same direction in surprise. He turned around and saw Songshi standing at the door unharmed. His expression darkened. "You indeed have some ability. Although my punch is purely physical strength, it's not something a postnatal expert can withstand." Many people started to exclaim, "He's actually fine. Could it be the power of some special Dharma artifacts that we didn't notice? Even if he's not dead, he's still just a sitting duckwan for Tonghu." Feng Yuxiao narrowed his eyes and sized up Songshi. This person was really interesting. Big Smart, who was outside the door, also understood that Songshi had been beaten up. Fortunately, he looked fine. Liu Ruxu walked lightly towards Songshi with a concerned expression. "Are you all right?" "It's fine. He just gave me a massage, that's all. I can still withstand 300 more rounds of this, if it is for you." Songshi chuckled and Tonghu's face darkened visibly. Tonghu was about to say something when a yellow-robed man appeared like a ghost. He was a grey-haired old man with a ruddy face and a masculine aura. He looked at Tonghu coldly and said, "Imao Bai, the outer sect deacon of the Yo Moon Palace. Do you still want to continue causing trouble now that I am here?" "Yo, even the outer sect deacon is here. Looks like the Yo Moon Palace is also very interested in this place." A hint of fear flashed across Tonghu's eyes. This old man's cultivation level was much deeper than his. He was already at the 10th level of Qi refinement, which was enough to intimidate him. More importantly was the motive behind the Moon Palace's decision to send a warden to survey. Members of the lowest level of power that represented a certain attitude being displayed. This attitude of the Yo Moon place made him not dare to act recklessly. "Greetings, Deacon Ao," Liu Ruxu and Mei Niang bowed politely. "Well, you guys did well, especially you." Ao Bai nodded at Liu Ruxu. "You've only been here for a month, and you're already at the 5th level of Qi refinement. A few elders are quite satisfied with you." Liu Ruxu was secretly happy. Being chosen by an elder meant that she had a bright future ahead. "Deacon Ao, it's been a few years since we last met. Your spiritual energy has become much richer. I think you have a chance of reaching the Foundation establishment realm." Feng Yuxiao walked over and cupped his fists. Brother Feng's Frost Jade technique seems to have reached a high level as well. If you can reach the Foundation establishment realm, there's a chance that you can condense an ice spirit body, which is really rare. Ao Bai returned the greeting. If cultivation required spiritual roots to begin, then Foundation establishment was to lay the foundation of the body and transform with spiritual qi or other methods to condense different physics. From there, one could transcend mortals and enjoy a very long lifespan. Physics were divided into different levels. Spirit bodies were considered top-notch existences amongst the various physics. They were much stronger than the other ordinary treasured physics. "It's difficult. I'm already satisfied that I can condense an ice physique," Feng Yuxiao said bitterly. How could a spirit body be so easy to condense? Songshi was dumbfounded. Dharma body, spirit body, Toa newbie like him. It was a completely unfamiliar existence. "Zua, I think we should go to bed and not disturb them from catching up with each other," Songshi whispered and pulled Liu Ruxu into the room. For a moment, many envious and jealous gazes were cast in the hall, thinking that such a delicate and charming hand that was like a fairy from the 9 heavens was about to be touched by this guy. They all felt very indignant in their hearts. Interesting. Ao Bai looked at Songshi's background. He knew the identity and background of this furnace. To be able to be so calm in front of so many people, his temperament was not bad. "Deacon Ao, I wonder where this Dao companion of your sex disciple comes from?" Tongku asked indignantly. Deacon Ao smiled faintly. No matter what his background is, he's considered a member of the Yo Moon Palace now. It's best if you don't act rashly. HMPH, I'll investigate it myself. Tongku turned around and returned to the table. He then instructed his subordinates to investigate Songshi's background. However, Feng Yuxiao could tell that something was amiss. He did not say much and walked over to the window with Ao Bai to continue chatting. Songshi pulled Liu Ruxu into the room. He hugged her soft body and whispered into her ear, "Zua, what do they mean by conjuring Dharma and spirit body? I knew you'd ask me that. I saw the intense curiosity spark in your eyes just now." Liu Ruxu took out a thick ancient yellow book with a few huge words written on it. The Encyclopedia of the Foundations of Cultivation. This was what Zua read when she was 5 years old. It contains all kinds of basic cultivation knowledge. Since it's useless now, I'll give it to you. Liu Ruxu smiled. The Dharma body and spirit body are related to the physique. They are also involved in the Foundation establishment stage. This is the name and level of the physique that needs to be cultivated in order to reach the Foundation establishment realm and ascend it in the future. Generally, they are divided into treasure body, Dharma body, and spirit body. The better the physique, the stronger the foundation, and the greater your potential will be. "I see." Songshi was enlightened. His gaze landed on the manual. "I didn't expect this world to have such a thorough understanding of cultivation. They even have such a comprehensive guide of basic knowledge." Songshi hurriedly flipped open the catalogue and searched according to his physique. Soon, he was speechless. Spirit root, treasure body, Dharma body, spirit body, divine body, sub body. There are actually so many levels. Furthermore, there are connate and postnatal physics. Spirit root is actually only a basic connate talent. Songshi clicked his tongue in wonder. This book was an eye-opener for him.